Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I actually wanted to take a moment to show a little bit of my design process and chat with you guys about my day job, which is working at a dog kennel, and I guess the process of creating this poster for a dog that I'm currently sponsoring who is up for adoption. So if that sounds like a video you would enjoy, I'm Rory Fluent. Feel free to call me Rory. If you're new around here, hi, hello, how are you? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I like to create dope art content and hopefully a chill atmosphere. And if you're not new around here, what is up, my dudes? Let's get into this video. As you can see, I am currently kind of in the process already of creating this poster. I started fiddling with it while I was downstairs chatting with my parents, and I kind of just decided that it would make for kind of a fun video, maybe? I don't know. It was just something that kind of sparked my interest that I thought maybe people would like to see, and it also kind of helps to show off a little bit of my design skills because I did go to school for graphic design, and so while I'm not totally utilizing it at the moment, that's because I ended up landing this job at a kennel and a local rescue that I just really love, honestly. I can't get over how much I enjoy working with animals, specifically dogs. And I found a lot of passion and interest in being able to take care specifically of the rescues that are a part of this kennel, though it's also a like boarding and daycare place. So they do kind of a little bit of everything to be able to make money for the rescue so that they can continue saving animals. Honestly, I have like one of the best jobs ever because all I get to do is basically like play with dogs, take care of them, make sure that they're well fed and happy, I guess, and I get to walk them out in yards and let them play together, and just my entire shift I'm just handling dogs mainly. We do also have cats, but I'm mainly a dog walker, and so my main focus and job is taking care of them, making sure their kennel is, nice and clean, and yeah, sadly that does involve, like cleaning a kennel if a mess has been made, but for the most part, most of my time is spent outside with the dogs, just hanging out with them, playing with them. Maybe they'll sit in my lap or lay down, or some of them are really energetic and just constantly want to play. And my favorite part is the rescue, so I always make sure to be the one to take the rescues outside so that I get the chance to spend a lot of time with them, get to know them and love them, and hopefully teach them what it's like to be loved so that when they get their forever home, they are the best version of themselves that they can be. So I was really lucky coming out of college that I had the opportunity to find this job and really, find something that I really enjoy. So, merging that with my design skills, I went ahead and started designing posters for the rescues that we have at our, place, I guess you could call it. And so, also, just to mention, the version of the poster that you're seeing me work on currently is just like one of many iterations, and I end up actually taking this and furthering it, which you'll see, and I didn't actually record the part where I kind of started taking pieces and parts of this particular poster and putting it into a new, a new iteration or new version of the poster, but that is what I end up doing, and you will see by the end of the video the final version of the posters and how it ends up turning out. And trust me, they're way better and a lot more clear and concise in their message than the ones that you're seeing right now. There's a lot going on at the moment, which isn't necessarily a good thing for a print poster because you want someone to be able to read them from far away and to quickly gather some key pieces of information so that way if they want to stop and then walk closer to read the rest of the poster, they can. It's kind of like this concept called hierarchy. So there's a hierarchy of information that I want to deliver to these people. And so the largest or most contrasting piece of the poster is going to be what draws the attention first. And that's dictated by all kinds of things. Color, size, placement are the three main ones. And so because of that, I'm specifically targeting like this adopt me. The name of the kennel is what I end up also making part of the hierarchy, even though it's not in this particular poster, which is one of the problems with it. And images of her. I definitely wanted people to see her, see the words adopt me, and then walk a little bit closer to see where to adopt her or to gather more information on her. I also decided to create two separate posters, one that is more image dominant and one that is more type dominant, and I did that because some people might just see the image of her and want to call and inquire, and other people might want to take the time to read a little bit more about her personality and understand her before they decide whether or not they want to go ahead and schedule a meet and greet and potentially adopt her. So this is my baby Ginger. I love her very, very much. I'm currently taking her on walks in my neighborhood, taking her on car rides, going to the kennel early so that she can play in the pond that we have, and generally just trying to socialize her and give her the best time that she can have while she's at the kennel. She was found by these, like, I don't know how many, like a group of men working kind of like in this automobile like garage. I think they're like mechanics, and she had been wandering around there for a while, pretty malnourished, starved, and so they ended up being able to catch her in a cage with some food, and I think there were like 5 of them, and each one tried to take her home, and the other dogs that those people had didn't get along with her, sadly, which is just, it really is a bummer because she's so sweet and excitable and curious, and she really does get along with other animals, it seems like anyways, you know, to the best that I can tell, and she's very, very playful. She's still a puppy. I believe she's 1 year or maybe a little bit younger than that. And so when these men couldn't take her home and the other dogs that they had just didn't get along with her, they decided to reach out to Promway, who took her in, and then through the process of meeting her and being around her and starting up this sort of sponsorship at the kennel, I decided to choose Ginger and make her the dog that I'm kind of focusing on, even though I love dearly all of the rescues we have and I wish that I could take them all out all the time. Ginger in particular just reminded me of an older rescue that we had named Raven, who got adopted before this sponsoring program started up, and she just made me laugh so hard and enjoy my, I don't know, just really enjoy my day and my work experience, and Ginger has that same energy and light. She just makes me laugh all the time. Even though there are definitely almost always quirks that the, kennel dogs have, Ginger in particular likes to jump, and she likes to nibble. She's what's called a mouthy dog, so we're working on trying to get her to stop being so mouthy and trying to get her to just lick or, like boop you with her nose instead of nibbling and even biting, because she definitely doesn't seem to know her own strength. Anyways, going back to the poster, you can see I'm just fiddling with all kinds of things, trying to up the contrast, making sure to figure out the hierarchy, and I'm kind of just like looking at it both big and small and comparing both posters together to see how they feel, and trying to make sure that they feel like a set, which, again, in the end, these aren't even the posters that you guys are going to see as my finals, but they were a version of the poster that I worked on before going to work, and then while I was at work, I went ahead and started a new version, a new iteration, I guess I could say, of this idea and concept of the, what's it called? Halftone, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for the word halftone. So I went ahead and really wanted to work with this halftone kind of textural thing, and I wanted the posters themselves to be very image dominant, and from there I just kind of took those 2 themes and iterated a bunch, and you're seeing one version of those iterations, and then you'll see the final one that I settle on. And right now in the video is about the time where my cat decides to go ahead and show up and kind of just like bomb my video for a second.
Hi, Brooke. Hi, dude.
After that interruption, I continue to work on the posters, kind of looking at them on a smaller, more icon size, and just trying to see if the ways that I'm going about solving this problem are effective. I start a new iteration, kind of very similar in idea and even in general, like hierarchy and placement of a lot of my text and images, but I'm just trying another idea out, seeing, what ends up working, and I also start brainstorming, what do I want written on the more type-dominant poster, what is key information that needs to be known about Ginger. And overall, I'm just kind of trying to make sure that these posters are the most effective way to communicate who Ginger is and how to adopt her. And I'm just keeping that in mind the whole time while I'm going through this process. While I do really love and enjoy the texture of the grass in the background of this particular poster, especially with the addition of it being like a monochromatic, really bright green color that I kind of color dropped into the photo, which was a lot of fun. I was having a lot of fun experimenting with not necessarily photography, but just like photo-based manipulation, because it wasn't something that I did a whole lot in my degree, and so being able to kind of finagle with it a little bit in Procreate has been a lot of fun, even though Procreate definitely pixelizes the photos a little bit. I think, for this particular purpose, and just kind of trying to print out a poster that I can put up in places and hopefully get the word out about not only Promway and their rescues, but particularly Ginger, I think that I do end up completing that goal, and I'm hopeful that as I start to print them, they will turn out okay, because right now, obviously, what you're seeing is the digital version of the poster, and I have the color set to CMYK because that is what is best and most reliably used for print media, because it just adds more depth of color. Generally, RGB is reserved for web design, just because that color, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, that color set, that way of creating colors, is more readable and comes across more true on web, and then the same is for CMYK, but for print. You can see me painstakingly trying to type in this typography onto the poster or this text and just like absolutely dying inside. I hate typing on my tablet. I don't understand why my keyboard is that small. It was a lot bigger to begin with, and I hit something and now the keyboard's small, and I don't know. I hate trying to figure out text on Procreate. It's like the bane of my existence. And with these final edits, you can see that this is kind of where I started, and this is the new iteration of that poster that I ended up with. I kept kind of like the, what would you call it? I was just thinking about this word, the halftone nature of the poster, and you can see I'm showing off the video from start to finish of like where I started and where I end up, and trying to show you guys a little bit of my progress that you didn't get to see because it happened off camera. And I just kind of take this one particular idea, which I had I had generated other ideas, and then chose this one to go ahead and iterate on and create other versions of this particular idea, focusing on an image-dominant, halftone-based poster, I guess you could say. I really wanted the images to be the most noticeable part of the poster, and then I wanted this halftone sort of like, I don't know, what's that technique in illustration where it's like just a bunch of dots over and over again, and that's how you create something? Pointillism. It's very like pointillism-esque a little bit, and I was just really enjoying that texture along with her photos and trying to decide whether or not I wanted to color the photos, leave them uncolored. I definitely thought that there should be one showing off her true colors, so that's what I ended up doing, and I used this font, which is free use for reference, to create all of the typography on this final version of the poster. And overall, I just really end up having a lot of fun with this final iteration. I think the colors play really well off of each other. She has a little bit of these purpley brown tones, so I ended up with a pale lilac color, this vibrant magenta to help, just bring more contrast and add more visual interest to the poster, really trying to grab your attention. If you're driving by, I want you to see the words adopt, I want you to see her name, and from Promway Kennels, and, that was the goal, was just to kind of make everything very readable and very quickly digestible. That's why I went with sort of like an interesting font, but not one that I manipulated really at all, so that way the text was incredibly readable from far away or up close, and you kind of were not squinting or really having to focus to figure out what the text is saying. The goal of this poster was clear, concise messaging. both in the type heavy poster and in the image heavy poster. So with all of that being said, this short little video. I wanted to kind of post something else in between my funguary videos so that way if anybody maybe isn't the biggest fan of those videos at the moment, they can kind of watch something else for a minute, or just I don't know, just take a break, add some variety, and we're going right back to funguary in the next 2 videos to close it off and probably end up in the first week of April. So that'll be kind of fun. I'm having a great time in my sketchbook right now, painting all of these sheepy guys and just kind of figuring out what the hell I'm doing. And it's been really, really fun to have a prompt list to pull from that has consistently been inspiring me. And I just wanted to take a moment away from that to show this poster and I guess kind of show off my skills, because I was really proud of what I was able to produce here in such a short amount of time. This entire process took me about a day. Pretty quick turnaround, given that in my degree I took at times weeks to create larger projects. So to create a poster set in a pretty quick turnaround for me was exciting to be able to prove that I can do. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling now and say thank you so much for being here. If you are here at the end of this video, please do the YouTube things like comment, subscribe. If you don't know what to comment algorithm, because it's very, very helpful and it gets my videos out to more people, which means that I can keep growing and building the community, which is kind of my main goal here on YouTube. That and giving me a reason to create art. So thank you again for staying until the end of this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!